Hi, this is John Lee from Wealth Dragons, and welcome to today's e-class. What I want to talk about today is goal setting. I think a lot of people underestimate this part of property investing, because I find that a lot of people, when they're setting goals, like, oh, I'll just set a goals. How many of you watching this right now have set a goal at New Year and you never did it? Come on, be honest with me. Have you? I know I have. So I want to talk to you about goal setting. And one of the things I want to do is, if you can see this right now, I'm just actually projecting this for you so you can see it through the projector. But you have to start with the end in mind. Now, the whole point of today is to really get you to see the future. Get you to really want to achieve what's in the future. Because if you can see that, then you will get to the goal. And later I'll talk about why, people have to have the reason before they find the how. So it's why first, how later. But you need to start with the end in mind. As you can see here is my black Lamborghini. Okay? When I first wanted this, I was quite sad. I, believe it or not, used to spend a lot of time in front of the Lamborghini garage. I used to stand outside like this. People thought I was trying to, steal the car or something at night time. I used to have people, actually I used to have a buddy who used to come down and look at the Lamborghini as well. So I always had the end in mind. For me, when I was getting into property, it was for two things. One was because of the Lamborghini, and the second thing was financial freedom. How much did I need? I only needed about £2,000. I actually earned a lot more than that in London, but I only needed about £2,000 because that's the bare minimum I could live off. So you need to find out how much money you need to earn in order for you to not have to work. Like, how much is your salary right now? Is it 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000? And you have to work out how many properties do I need to buy in order to obviously subsidise that or to replace that. So you're always going to start with the end in mind. If you don't start with the end in mind, your brain kind of says, oh, well, if you say, like, for example, if you wanted to earn £1 million, then you know £1 million is only £115 an hour. Yeah, I did some calculations on my calculator. I thought, well, actually, that's not too hard. You just find lots of different creative strategies and you earn £115 an hour. So, but if you say to yourself, I want to earn £1 million, then it just ain't going to work. The mind kind of says it's too far-fetched, and that's why most people give up. So start with the end in mind. What I also want you to do as well is write them down. Let me show you how to write them down. The first thing you need to do is you need to write what. Okay? What do you want? What's your goal? If I was travelling from London to Scotland and I didn't have a map, I wouldn't know how to get there, unless you got TomTom, of course. But you need to have a goal. What is it you want to do? What's your goal? What do you want to achieve? Okay? Then you write down the reason why you want it. You write down the reason. So you write down what you want, and then you write down the reason. So for myself, I didn't want to work in London anymore. For me, it was too much. And anyone who's watching this who works in London knows what I'm talking about. When you're stuck on the tube, when it's really, really hot, and you're underground. For me, I just didn't like that. I didn't like people telling me what to do, when I could do it, how I could do it. So my reason was so strong. Yeah, my reason was so strong that it forced me to get out my job, and the what was to become financially free. It was to replace my salary very quickly. And then what you put next to that is you put down, the consequence. I can't fit it on the board, so I can't write it. So you have to write down the consequence. Okay, if I don't do this, what's going to happen? If I don't do this, I have to work in a job for the rest of my life. If I don't do this, I could be made redundant. If I don't do this, I'm not going to have any results. If I don't do this, I'm going to be stuck in the same job doing the same thing over and over and over again. So for me, it was so painful. It was so painful that I had to do something about it. And what you also need to do as well is a date and time. Okay? So I said, by 2006, I want to be financially free. And you know what? That 2006 I was. That's pretty crazy. When you write down a date, it's like if you want to go on holiday, you really look forward to that date, so you kind of visualize, like, give an example, in a couple of weeks I'm going to Vegas. And in Vegas, I can really visualize it. It's like, wow, all these lights, and all the casinos, and all the shows, and the atmosphere, and the craziness that's there. I can really, really picture it, because I can see it, because it's a clear goal. So when you put a date on there, you can be even more specific. I actually put June. Yeah? I didn't put a specific date in there, but I knew some point in June in 2006 that I could be financially free. And you know what? I did it. You know, it was the craziest thing ever. So you have to find out, you know, what specific date do you want to do things by. Okay? I said as well, before 30, I want to own a Lamborghini. Before the age of 30, I want to own a Lamborghini. I actually achieved that by 27. It's crazy how things happen. So you need to put a date and a time, and you know, it says here exact desired objects and outcome. Objects and outcome. So if you're, you know, you like cars, or if you like holiday homes, or if you like just spend time with the kids or family or whatever it is, write it down. Because the funny thing is, I'm going to show you something that's very precious to me in the next few moments, not yet, but in the next few moments, that may inspire you on how you can achieve things. And one of the crazy things was, when I actually did this, when I look back at it, it was like everything came true. It's really weird. You need to have what we called a burning desire, right? There's a difference between wanting something and needing something and really, really, really wanting to do it. For example, what's a should and what's a must? Okay, I keep saying to myself, I should go to the gym. Hey, lift the camera back up. Lift it up. I said I should go to the gym. It's not a must, okay? So you need to have a strong enough reason why you want to do this. You've got to be passionate about it. If you don't feel it here, you ain't going to do it. You have to really want to. I get people come to me and say, hey John, you know what, I want you to mentor me. What's the easiest way I can get into property? That's not easy, okay? It's something that's easy but hard to do. Yeah, like, you know, losing weight. All you got to do is, you know, in my previous video, lift it back up. In my previous videos, I said, you know, to get fit, all you got to do is eat really healthy and do a lot of exercise. That's pretty easy, but it's hard to do. So one of these things is, you've got to have a burning desire, and something that helps you get there, do that, is when I woke up, you know, it's really stupid. I used to have like pictures of Lamborghinis everywhere on my phone. I used to have pictures of, you know, lots of money. I used to have pictures of, you know, freedom and all these holidays, and because I love that. You know, I go to Hong Kong quite often. I love it. It's beautiful. So you need to have a burning desire. And here's a little clue to tell you whether you've got the burning desire or not. When you wake up in the morning, okay, you don't think, oh, I've got to do that. Yeah. When you wake up in the morning, it's, I want to do that. And you'll get up early as well. Like today, I got up at 5 o'clock, and the time is 6:30. It's not something I condone, but it's something I love doing. I've been doing this for a long time now, but I still love doing it. It's part of me. It's part of the passion. And it's a passion that will drive you forward. So you need to have a burning desire. Find out what your burning desire is. Write down what you want. Find out when you're going to get it, and try and see that in the future. And this is where we come to visualize and feel. When you visualize something, you feel something, it just happens. I mean, this is really crazy. I said I used to stand in front of car showrooms. I used to go test driving. I used to smell the leather in the seats. It was so real to me. And I could visualize it where I was driving down the road, and it was a nice hot summer's day, windows down. I could hear the engine in the back, and I could, you know, smell the dust. I could see, you know, when it's summer, you smell that really sort of summery smell. You know, it's really hot, and you can feel the heat on your skin. And that's exactly what I felt. You know, I pictured myself driving down this country road, and it's crazy. I got, like, you know, hair standing on the back of my neck speaking about this, because it actually came true. You know, first I was stood in front of the showroom, we're looking at this car. Next minute I'm test driving it, and a couple of, you know, years later I'm actually driving this car. I own this car. It's crazy, but it actually works. It's the same thing with my job. I wanted to get out my job, so I need to find out how to get out of that. But in order to do that, I had to visualize. How can I get out of that. I had to visualize the solutions. So when you do this, you need to find out, what is it that juices you? What is it that gets you going? Yeah, it's like, you must have listened to music and make you feel really good. There's certain songs that come on that make you feel really good. And there's also certain songs that come on that make you feel really, you know, sad, because, you know, they may have been your ex-partner's song. You may, you know, when you're smelling and feeling, making it real. When it's real, when you see it in here, guess what? You see it in here. You see it on your hands. And that's something I learned from Robert Kiyosaki. You have to be able to see it here first before you can see it here. So visualize and feel. Mood boards. Now you're probably thinking, oh God, oh, come on. You know, everyone says mood boards, goal setting. You know what? I used to think the same thing. I used to think, oh, I'm not doing that. That's just kid stuff. I got something to show you. Do you want to see it? Okay. I'll show it to you.